Musical, did
No, absolutely. I grew up in Toronto, and I lived on this street called Hazelton, and there was a recording studio there called Nimbus 9, and my mother
Reeves
was
is one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, a global superstar, an action icon, a man who has played assassins, warriors, and saviors of humanity. But behind the fame, behind the money, and behind the box office numbers is a life story filled with loss, loneliness, and quiet resilience. This is not the story you usually hear. This is the untold story of Keanu Reeves. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. From the very beginning, his life was unstable. His father, Samuel Reeves, struggled with addiction and was largely absent from Keanu's life. When Keanu was still a child, his father left the family completely. They would not reconnect for many years, and even then, the relationship remained distant. His mother, Patricia Taylor, did her best to keep the family afloat. She worked as a costume designer and frequently moved in search of work. As a result, Keanu's childhood was defined by constant relocation. By the time he was a teenager, Keanu had lived in Lebanon, Australia, New York, and finally Toronto, Canada. He attended near 4 different high schools, never staying long enough to feel settled. At school, Keanu struggled. He was diagnosed with dyslexia, which made reading difficult and traditional education frustrating. Teachers often misunderstood him. Some assumed he wasn't intelligent. Others thought he simply didn't care. But the truth was different. Keanu was quiet, observant, sensitive. He felt like an outsider, not just in school, but in life. For a time, Keanu found purpose on the ice. He became a passionate hockey goalie, earning the nickname The Wall for his ability to block shots. His dream was to play professional hockey, maybe even make it to the NHL. But life had other plans. An injury ended his hockey ambitions, forcing him to search for another outlet. That's when acting entered his life, not as a dream, but as an escape. Acting gave Keanu something school never did, a place where he could express emotion without explanation. He dropped out of high school and began performing in small theater productions and commercials in Toronto. The pay was minimal, the recognition was non-existent, but for the first time, he felt seen. In his early 20s, Keanu made a bold decision. He left Canada and moved to Los Angeles, armed with little money, no connections, and no guarantee of success. Hollywood is not kind to outsiders, especially quiet ones. At first, Keanu landed small roles in television and low-budget films. Casting directors didn't quite know what to do with him. He didn't fit the typical mold. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy. But there was something about him. A presence. That presence caught attention in the late 1980s when Keanu starred in films like River's Edge and Dangerous Liaisons. These roles showed he wasn't just another pretty face. He could carry emotional weight. Then came the role that changed everything. In 1989, Keanu Reeves starred in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The movie was silly, lighthearted, completely different from the dark roles he had played before. Keanu played Ted, a lovable, clueless teenager with a heart of gold. The film became a surprise hit. Overnight, Keanu Reeves became a star. But fame didn't change him. While others chased parties and publicity, Keanu stayed quiet. He avoided Hollywood excess. He didn't brag. He didn't boast. He simply kept working. In the early 1990s, Keanu took on more serious roles. Then came 1994, Speed. The film turned Keanu Reeves into a global action star. His portrayal of Jack Traven, a calm, determined police officer, made him an instant icon. Hollywood wanted more. But Keanu didn't chase money. In fact, when studios offered him massive paychecks to repeat the same type of role, he often said no. Instead, he chose projects that interested him, even if they paid less or failed at the box office. This decision confused many people, but Keanu wasn't trying to win Hollywood. He was trying to stay true to himself. In 1999, Keanu Reeves starred in The Matrix. The film redefined science fiction. It redefined action movies, and it redefined Keanu Reeves' career. As Neo, Keanu became a symbol, a man questioning reality, searching for truth, and choosing sacrifice over comfort. The role resonated deeply with audiences. Suddenly, Keanu Reeves wasn't just famous, he was legendary. But while the world celebrated, Keanu's personal life was quietly unraveling. In 1999, Keanu's girlfriend, Jennifer Syme, became pregnant with their daughter. The baby was stillborn. The loss devastated both of them. Grief strained their relationship, and the couple eventually separated. Just 2 years later, in 2001, Jennifer Syme died in a car accident. Keanu was shattered. He didn't speak publicly about his pain. He didn't seek sympathy. He carried it silently. From that point on, loss became a recurring theme in his life. He lost close friends. He lost family members. And with each loss, he retreated further into himself. Despite his wealth, hundreds of millions of dollars, Keanu lived modestly. He rode the subway. He walked the streets alone. He donated millions to cancer research in children's hospitals, often anonymously. During The Matrix sequels, Keanu reportedly gave away a large portion of his earnings to the film's special effects and costume teams, believing they deserved more. He didn't see himself as above others. He saw himself as one of them. Keanu Reeves' story is not one of overnight success. It is a story of quiet endurance, of surviving heartbreak, of choosing kindness in a world that rewards ego. And this is only half of his journey.